Hey guys, so look, you're a CPR business owner and you're just starting to grow so fast that you're like, man, I kind of need some help with teaching these classes, and you're looking to bring on another instructor. So, today's video, we're going to talk about some options you have on how you can hire, recruit, and retain top talent for your CPR training company. I think very first and foremost, it's very important for you guys, and don't just listen to me off a YouTube video. Talk to your accountant, your tax professional, talk to your legal team or legal Zoom, set up a call, and just kind of get their suggestions and ideas on this. I'm just telling you some general information. We're not going to really deep dive, and I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. I'm going to tell you what you ought to do and what you should consider. That's what this video is for. The first thing you want to do is figure out how to classify this new hire of yours, right? So you're going to hire someone, they're going to be teaching CPR classes. You have two decisions. Number one, they're going to be a 1099 independent contractor, or number two, they're going to be a W-2 employee. So there are some federal guidelines. This rolled out January of 2024 that will establish in your state, and they are state to state, who could be classified as a 1099 and who is classified as a W-2. Let me give you an example of that. So a 1099 independent contractor is someone who owns and operates their own LLC, and they teach for a bunch of different people on the side. You are not their primary source of income. They have their own equipment, their own logo, their own website or business name, EIN number. These are 1099 contractors you can hire to teach classes. Now, you got to give them the option and flexibility on when and where they're teaching. You cannot tell them what to do. You cannot give them a company shirt with your logo on it and have them represent your company. If you're going to hire them to do a training, they are independent contractors. You don't have control over them. They can do anything they really want because they're their own entity and their own business. That's a 1099. Generally speaking, if you have a location and you're giving them equipment to teach, they're not going to be a 1099. And here's why. You're providing them all of the tools and resources to do a job under your direction and giving them exactly the how-tos on what they need to do. That's classification as a W-2. You're misclassifying that person. So W-2 employees, you're paying into their wages and their taxes, right? They're an employee of your company. You're cutting them paychecks, whether it be weekly, biweekly, monthly, whatever the case is, on commission base, whatever. But in any case, they're a W-2 employee. You're telling them when and where to work. You're telling them how to work. And you're giving them, let's say, company clothing, like I just mentioned, or maybe a company email, or you're giving them equipment to go teach these classes, or they're coming to your office. You're giving them a key to your office, and they're going to go teach at your office. These are W-2 employees. You cannot treat them as 1099 employees. It's illegal to do that. You're misclassifying, and there are labor laws in place that prevent misclassification. So after you do that, you're going to put a post out. Let's go on Indeed or Monster or any kind of free job post, maybe in a network that you know people, and you're going to promote that you're hiring. So you're going to obviously state what kind of position it is. Is it a 1099 or is it a W-2? And you want to start collecting resumes and references and all of these things that you would, just to make sure you're looking for top talent, top quality, somebody with some relevant experience or background in the industry, or somebody that's coachable. Maybe somebody's a teacher. We have a bunch of teachers in our organization that are W-2 employees, and they can communicate information with the best of them. They're teachers. This is what their trade is, their practices, all their college work, coursework. We're communicating information. So what I found is that teachers are a great fit. Anybody in fire, EMS, or police services are a great fit because they have relevant experience in doing what we do, which for us is teaching. We're an education company, right? So you want to try to find and get talent in order to help you boost your company. All right, so the last thing is kind of a twofer, if you will. There's two things to think about. Number one, how are you going to pay them, and what is their rate or wage going to be? So that's the first thing, and it's going to be different whether they're a 1099 contractor or if they're a W-2 employee. So you just want to look for market rate, make sure that it's fair compensation. Remember, 1099s have every right to negotiate, and so do W-2s, but ultimately with 1099s, you can either choose to allow them to contract for you based on what they want to get paid, or you can just tell them no, and you're not going to do that. W-2s, you can have a set price in terms of what your hourly rate will be. They can try to get more, but again, you can have every right to say this is the position, this is what the pay is. If you wanted to have that on a tiered scale, whether it be like a 90-day grace period of a lower rate, then after 90 days, you give them an increase in hourly rate. Whatever the case is, you can pretty much set that up however you want. So you have to decide how you're going to pay them in terms of the rate. Is it a paycheck because they're a W-2 employee? Is it biweekly pay, monthly pay, weekly pay? And remember, they're going to be contributing to taxes out of their paycheck as a W-2. Your company is also going to pay their liabilities and taxes as well if they're a W-2. It's more expensive to hire a W-2, but there's more control with having W-2 versus a 1099. And again, you want to make sure you classify them the right way. And the last thing is making sure that you can keep and retain top talent. You got to you got to find A players, right? An A player is going to help significantly grow your business. And look, at the end of the day, this is your baby. This is your business. You bootstrapped it. You're doing everything yourself. It's very hard to let go on some things. You just got to let go. And that's the best piece of advice I can give to anybody, especially new that's looking to hire someone. You got to relinquish some control to that and allow your instructors to do what you're paying them to do. It's going to have a return back to your business, assuming you hire the right person that's the right fit for you, somebody who aligns to your mission, vision, your core values, that loves what they do. They're energetic and excited. They deliver great content and course delivery. They're meeting the standards. These are all things that you're looking for in the onboarding process. You also want to make sure that you have standard operating procedures, SOPs in place, so that way this is seamless, right? Part of the onboarding process of when you hire someone is to walk them through the SOPs of what a class looks like, what the expectations are, and what you're looking for in terms of when they get to your location to teach the class or they get to a customer's location, step-by-step approach. Me personally, I like to SOP things in video format. If you couldn't tell, we have like 270 YouTube videos, but I'm very big on video and just kicking a link out to our staff for any updates on SOPs. That way they can watch a quick 1 or 2 minute video and then get the understanding of what exactly the change is or what we're going to be doing or how we're handling these situations. So as things come up, you can always edit and change those things as well and document them. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you found some value in that. Definitely check with your CPA and legal team. This is just a general YouTube video just to break down some general things you should be considering when you're looking to hire. I'm not telling you how to hire, who to, right? Any of those things. Definitely look into that from a legal perspective. Each state is different. It is state to state. You want to make sure that you're just compliant with federal law, with state law regarding labor and employment, and also making sure that you're paying, you got to pay into workers' compensation. There's a couple other things that go into this. So definitely look into those things. It's exciting. It's a great time for business when you're ready to expand and hire. It also can be nerve-wracking. So if you want to hop on a call, happy to do so. There's a link in the description below. Feel free to like and subscribe to our channel here so we can keep creating great content for you. Thanks.